Hi, I'm Jessica Stutzman with Millcreek Township.
And I'm Chantel Rodriguez. Welcome back to the Millcreek Government Channel.
We're excited to be joined today by Karen Burchill, Director of Marketing and Communications, and Mina Beach, PR and Marketing Coordinator of the Girl Scouts of Western PA. They're here to talk about how the organization empowers young girls to grow, lead, and thrive through hands-on learning and community involvement. Karen and Mina, thank you so much for being here on the Millcreek Government Channel with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. We're excited.
And we're just going to get right into it. I know I don't know much about the Girl Scouts, so could you tell us a little bit about the mission of the Girl Scouts?
Sure. So Girl Scouts really serves to build courage, confidence, and all these kind of hands-on skills amongst girls. So, I mean, the girls who are girls today are going to be women in the future, and they're going to need things for their daily life, and they're going to need to build strong foundations. So the girls get to do a lot of hands-on activities. They get to have experiences they never would have had otherwise. And just generally speaking, it really helps them build relationships with like their community, their friends, and it gives them what they need for the future. So that's a huge part of what Girl Scouts does and why we do it.
Yeah, and so like you're shaping them to become the young women of the future.
Exactly.
Right, and to thrive.
Yeah.
And I know we were chit-chatting before the show started, but I am a former Girl Scout. You know, I started at the Brownie level and moved up a couple, of the levels that they have. And I do think it shaped who I was. I think I made a lot of friends through the program, through the experience. And I just have such great memories. So I'm really excited to have you guys on today. Can you guys tell us about what makes Girl Scouts such a unique experience for girls compared to some other activities?
Yeah, so like I just said a little bit already, it's very hands-on and it's very girl-led, which means almost everything that we do, the girls decide that they're going to do it, and they get to kind of choose where they're going, what kind of opportunities they want to take, even just choosing what kind of patches they would like to earn. And they have to work together to get that done. And it provides a space that's just for girls to be free to explore anything. So we have hands-on STEM programs. They get to learn about things like local government. There's a lot of like really unique skills that they are building just by, leading their own charge on what they're doing. And so there's something for any kind of interest there. So if there's something that a girl is specifically excited about, I'm sure she can find something. Well, I'm certain that she can find something that is just for her at Girl Scouts, and she might try something that she never knew about before. So it really helps girls learn compassion for each other, for their community, and leave an impact on the places around them and the people that they interact with day to day.
Yeah, and just helping the girls build skills that prepare them for the future. How do you guys do that?
So I'm sure if you know Girl Scouts, you already know our cookie program that we have every year. Everyone loves to buy the Girl Scout cookies. And you might not even realize that is huge for building things like financial literacy. That girl, when she gets that money from you and she puts it in the cash box and they understand, how much things cost and how to pay for things and how to organize their finances. They use their proceeds from the cookie program to go places and do things. A lot of the activities a troop does during the year, buying cookies makes that possible. Plus, it's an entrepreneurial skill to sell the cookies. They have to decide where they want them to be set up, where's the best place to get the most bang for their buck there, So it's huge for entrepreneurial skills for girls. Plus, they do a lot of outdoor stuff, and that helps them build kind of resilience and challenges. You're outside in a tent and it rains. How do you make the best of that situation? How do you look out for each other and keep each other safe? So those are really good skills to have as a girl. And also, there's some Girl Scout awards that they can earn by identifying issues in the community and, moving forward and finding a solution. So those are all skills that just being a Girl Scout and interacting with the materials you have around you, you can really build and hold on to.
And I can only imagine, when they're outside of a Walmart and maybe this is the first time that they're talking to strangers and trying to sell them something, but they do it so professionally that you wouldn't even think that they're the ages that they are. I mean, they're running tables at 7, 8 years old.
And they're amazing.
Yeah, and they're awesome. I mean, like they get me all the time. I love the cookies, but I love supporting the fact that this is their business, and this is going to open up so many more avenues for them, especially in talking and being professional and just the business mindset of it too.
Yeah, the math skills, the communication skills, the marketing skills. the teamwork skills, team building. So, and again, I do remember going through all of that and just the wonderful experiences that I had as a child in, Girl Scouts in Millcreek Township. What other awesome things are happening in Millcreek Township with our Girl Scout troops?
So there's so much going on in Millcreek. We have almost 400 Girl Scouts, kindergarten through 12th grade in Millcreek, and over 100 volunteers for all of those girls. And just like we were talking about how some of these girls are very young, but they have this great presence, there's actually a troop of daisies who are the youngest girls. So they're 5, 6 years old, and they don't always, daisies, since they're so young, don't always have cookie booths, but this troop out of Millcreek actually had 3 in the past year, and they did a great job, and they really brushed up on their skills. But we also have out of Millcreek a travel troop. So girls this year went to Paris. They went all around Europe, but they kind of started in Paris. They'll be doing it again this year, and so that's a really big deal for a lot of girls to get to not only go somewhere like that, but to get to go with their friends. And they also do a lot of service. There was recently some Girl Scouts here in Millcreek that planted some blueberry bushes and pecan trees at the Arboretum, Lake Erie Arboretum. And so there's a lot of community projects they're doing and fun stuff too. The daisies that sold all those cookies, they actually just went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They went they learned etiquette, like tea. They had like a fancy tea and they learned etiquette. So those are so many unique things that girls get to do. And just like right here in Millcreek, that's so many opportunities and they've gone so many places. They're definitely not just, they're serving their community, but they're not just staying local. They've got a lot of places to go.
I think it's so neat that a traveling troop of young girls wanted to go to Europe. I mean, what?
And talk about goals.
I know, right? They set their goal and they got there.
Yeah, they
I'm
set
an
a goal
adult
and they worked.
Yes, I've never been to Europe. I think that is absolutely fantastic. If we have parents watching the show today, how do you find that traveling troop? How do you become involved?
So you can find a lot of this kind of information on Girl Scouts Western PA, like our website. So there will be all kinds of info there, and there will be contact on the site that you can reach out to us if you prefer to call us or email us and just get some more info on the traveling troop, because it is really neat. If you're already a Girl Scout, you can then, look into it and join the troop. So we definitely encourage girls who are interested in doing something like that to take a look at our website, give us a call, or send us an email. And we would love to, connect them with the travel troop.
That is phenomenal. I am super impressed.
What are I'm curious to see, what are some of the testimonials from the girls that are running these booths and like going and traveling to Europe? What do they say about the program?
Well, they'll tell you, like, this is a huge experience for me. And even, sometimes when you're younger, you don't fully realize how impactful it is. But they reflect on this, and they are very proud. It's really great to see these girls all be so proud of the work that they're doing. And they really are. And they can tell you exactly how they got there, exactly how they worked towards their goal, what it was like to be there. So they're all if you asked anyone who did the booths or any of the girls who did the travel troop, they would be very, very excited to tell you
And they
all
love
about
to
it.
talk about it.
They do love to talk about
I love to talk to the troop leaders, because you can hear and feel their passion when you talk to them, because they've watched these girls. Said they come in and they're so shy and they won't, they will never talk in front of people. And then we see them a year later and they're out walking to customers and saying, will you buy this? And the customer will say no, and they had her answer prepared for them. Well, if you don't want to buy them, would you like to donate them? And she said, learning those skills and watching them just grow in that way is just absolutely amazing. So it's so rewarding just to hear them talk.
Yeah, and we were chatting again before the show started, but just how the girls can impact each other and how they care for each other. Can you touch on that?
Yeah, that is such a big deal, especially for girls who start younger, but even girls who are older. The girls, I've been asking them a lot at camp whenever I'm talking to some of the girls, who is somebody in your troop that you feel like is a leader? Because it's really nice to ask them about each other, because that's how you can kind of get a sense of what they're doing for each other. And they'll say, well, my friend, she helped me do this, or my friend showed me how to do that, or I was really struggling with this activity and I couldn't do it. Or even I had a girl say, my friend is a little bit older than me and I had a really hard time with some of my math homework and we were at a meeting and she helped me. So they get to build bonds that will surely continue, forever. There are plenty of women who I'm sure have friends who were their Girl Scout friends when they were kids. But when girls are together, like how they are in the troops, they obviously learn and are mentored by their role models, their leaders. But so many leaders say, you know, the girls teach each other and the girls work things out with each other. And, you know, Karen and I were talking about, you'll go to Girl Scout camp and you will see two girls and they'll be holding hands the whole time. They'll hold hands all day. They'll hold hands in the pool.
everywhere they go.
Yeah, they'll hold hands in the pool. They'll hold hands on the hike. They're trying to play volleyball. They're holding hands. You know what I mean? Like they meet, and it's beautiful too to see like little girls will meet each other and they'll have just met each other that morning and that's their best friend now.
Yeah.
You know,
It's so crazy to see that.
It's an entire, and it's their support system. It becomes
Yeah.
their support system for years to come. They build those friendships, and I think that's what leads to confidence as they get older, as they become those teenage years. You know, in this challenging world we live in, having that support system is just, you know, as a parent, I see so valuable and so important.
yeah.
It's the girlhood. It's,
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
it's just a girlhood
Yes.
band of so many young girls that are really looking for friendships at that time too. And you know, my girls are very shy, so I feel like they would thrive in an environment like that where they're being
Right.
pushed a little bit. They're outside of their comfort zone, but they'll end up thriving in that later on.
Right, and research will show that a lot of when you take them out of that co-ed environment and you put them with a kind of that support system, they're not afraid,
Yes.
as afraid to try new things. And when something doesn't work out, they have those girls picking up like, "We'll get that next time," and that's what leads to that character growth and that confidence.
No, it's awesome to see, and I'm sure the girls, if we had one of the girls here, they probably talk
Oh,
so
yeah.
much about
Oh yeah,
For
their
sure.
testimony.
Yes, they love. There are so many Girl Scouts who they would love a chance to get in front of a camera and tell you just about everything that they've done.
and their empathy for others is contagious. Like it's
It
truly
is.
amazing.
And you said some of them are even comfortable getting in front of a camera and maybe doing, you know, PSAs or spotlights, and they
Yeah.
can earn badges for that.
They can.
It's true. Yeah, we have girls who, you know, expressed interest in wanting to be in front of the camera. We make videos for social media. We make all kinds of videos. We do things like this. And there are so many girls who have expressed interest in doing that kind of thing, which is really cool. And they can earn a patch for it because it's so important that they get to do that. And like, there are just certain girls whose personalities, like I know that when I was younger, I probably would have loved to do that. Like there are certain girls whose personalities just really lend themselves to getting to spread the Girl Scout message, which is really cool that they get to have all their experiences and then take them in public like that.
Yeah.
And so often it leads to what career they choose to. I mean, it takes
Yeah.
them down a path where they discover something they've never done. They're like, wow, that was really fun, or we loved that. And then they just continue to do it more and want to do it more and just really thrive.
Yeah,
I
and
love that.
I do, and I love that. You know, building a sense of girls, you know, connecting and lifting each other up. You know,
Exactly.
I think that's fantastic. So.
And then, and speaking of programs or activities, what new programs do you have that you're most excited to share with the girls and families in Millcreek this year?
Yeah, so I'm very, very excited about, we just rolled out a new program. It's the Body Appreciation Badge Line. And, you know, as girls, as people, we all have bodies. And for girls to get to understand what their bodies can do, you know, things like running or, you know, swimming or dancing or any of the things that they would learn how to do. It's a line of, you know, sort of age appropriate by age badges that they can earn. And they learn self-care, they learn mental health care. So it's a really cool badge line where girls get to explore all of the things that they are able to do, because girls do so many things every day. You probably aren't even thinking about it. And to be kind of mindful of all these things that you can do is really neat. And along with that, you know, it really builds confidence in the girls, which is something we really like for them to have, you know, and it helps them thrive wherever they are, to know, you know, this is my body. I know how to take care of it. I know what it can do. And we also have another program called Solutions Superstar, which is more, there are plenty of girls who I think needed some more almost real world challenges to get to know, you know, who they're becoming and who they want to be. And so this is a badge line where they can complete, you know, very real world specific challenges that are, you know, helpful to the community, but also helpful to them because, you know, who knows what these girls will be someday. And to have that experience, just like how we were just talking about, you know, a girl might come and get to be on TV and realize that's what she wants to be. it's all about giving them experiences to understand what they want. And Solutions Superstar gives them some different experiences that way. And also Camp Hawthorne Ridge, one of our Girl Scout camps, it's like 20 minutes away from here. Camp is a really fun time for the girls. And to be so close here in Millcreek to Camp Hawthorne Ridge, you know, very fortunate to be that close to one of our really great Girl Scout camps. And Hawthorne Ridge is huge, and there are so many activities and so many things to do. And it kind of offers girls a chance for everything, especially Solutions Superstar, which kind of gives them a lot. And, you know, body appreciation is something that really builds their confidence. So I think that that's a great thing that we have, that we just kind of announced.
I love that. Dealing with body issues is such a integral part, I feel like, of girls and boys, because you're growing up thinking that this is what your ideal body has to be, and it's, you know, that's not the case. We can definitely come in all shapes and sizes and still live healthy, fruitful lives. So I love that that's something new that you're bringing on.
Right, and it's taking away how your body looks,
Yes.
and putting in place what your body can do, and how each of our bodies are different and designed to do different things, to be helpful, to be a part of a community, and to serve a purpose.
It's the healthy living
Yes.
side of it. So
Yes.
I love that.
And so again, I know I already asked you, you know, how can everybody get involved? You know, and going to your website, are there certain times, you know, where, okay, this is the beginning of the Girl Scout season, or can you join in the middle? Again, how do parents get involved as troop leaders? I want to know how we can participate.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities to participate. I mean, we're coming up on our fall recruitment season. So this is kind of the start of our Girl Scout year and the time where things really get moving. So there will be plenty of events to get to know Girl Scouts and join Girl Scouts. On our website, you can see where in our area things are happening and what you can do. There are local troops in every county and in every township. And here in Millcreek, you know, we have several. And, you know, to be a volunteer, you can, you know, look into it on the site. But being a volunteer is huge. You don't have to be a parent or a legal guardian to be a volunteer, as long as you are over 18 and you're a positive role model for girls in your area. So you can do that. There are also always Girl Scout events going on that are family friendly and you can attend. So that's a big thing. Even like frequently you'll see girls at community events and community celebrations. And if you see a Girl Scout, go up and talk to her, ask her what she's doing, ask her if there's any way that you can help, even if it's buying cookies or something like that. So those are all things that you can do kind of as a family or as a group to get involved, and also on an individual level.
And Mina kind of touched on different ways where you'll see Girl Scouts in the community, but just to answer your question about what time of year, you can join Girl Scouts any time of year. I mean, we're always, troops in the area are always welcoming new girls, especially people moving into an area. That's a really big deal to make sure they get those connections. So a lot of times you will see Girl Scouts at back to school events and things like that. You can also call us and just talk about, you know, where you live or what dates are available for you, and we can help set you up with a troop in your area based on kind of the interest of your girl. So there's so many different opportunities and so many different ways that you can be part of it.
It's very easy, and we're more than willing to help with anybody who needs to be connected to any resources. There's always someone friendly there to give you some information, answer the phone, let you know what's going on. So never hesitate to call us or send us an email. We'll always get you connected with who you need to be talking to and, you know, where you need to be in order to join Girl Scouts.
Perfect. And we're coming to the closing of our show here. But is there any last minute stitch efforts that you want to make as far as how the community can support Girl Scouts and where to find you at?
Yeah, so the community can support Girl Scouts in a lot of ways. I mean, most of all, just supporting girls, especially if you are a business owner or you are a public figure, you work for local government, like anything. You would be surprised how much your career or what you're doing in the community could help a Girl Scout. Girl Scouts do things like learn how people cut hair at barbershops and understand how composting works and, you know, anything. There are girls I had girls who came to me at camp and they were like, we had a woman she was in the Army, and she showed us, you know, what they do and the food that they eat when they're there. And she showed us how to do CPR on each other. You know, they go to mechanic shops and see how the cars work. You know, anything that happens in the community, if you wanted to partner with a Girl Scout troop or reach out to a troop, they could probably use your experience to show the girls something new and teach them something they've never done before. So that's definitely something that's very important.
And then
knowledge
we
of
also,
adults.
of course, have to talk about the cookie program.
Well,
So,
yes.
Girl Scout cookies go on sale in the Millcreek area in Western Pennsylvania in January, early January. So, look for Girl Scouts at that time. And when you see a Girl Scout, go up and talk to them. They love to talk about their
They do.
experience. Help them build those people skills, those business skills, and just talk about their experience and what their goals are.
I'm definitely going to be doing that from now on instead of just, here's
Yeah.
the cookies.
I mean, purchase the cookies and
Yeah,
eat the
buy
cookies
the cookies for sure.
because you're helping them go somewhere.
But they
and
love
do
it.
their
Yeah.
adventures.
They love to be seen and to be understood because they're doing so much work that it's so exciting to have somebody come up to them and say, well, I see you're doing this. What are you doing? It feels, it really instills that sense of pride in them that they should have from everything that they've been doing. And it's really exciting. So definitely when you see a Girl Scout, say hi to her, ask her what she's doing, and make sure you buy some cookies because that's how they're going and doing so many things.
Can't leave the booth without the cookies.
Don't leave without the
I mean,
cookies.
you can anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I don't think I would be able to pass it up anyways.
No,
so.
no. It's at least like 4 or 5 bucks.
Well, yeah, you've got to get a few flavors. You've got to try a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, put them out at holiday parties.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
everybody loves
Yeah.
a Girl Scout cookie.
I know.
like-
So we'd love to bring them back closer to cookie season, and they can
Yes.
talk about kind of where people in the community can find them and help support
yeah,
them.
that would be
Our
wonderful.
viewers would love that.
That's fantastic. And I have so many thoughts running through my head. I know I've had the girls out at the compost center. That was phenomenal. We had so much fun. But then I'm just thinking we had to go back to work. We have, female firefighters and police officers, and I think they would love to chat with them. So
Exactly.
I think that's something that we'll make a note of and get in touch with
Yeah.
you guys again.
That would be great. Like I said, we're always looking for different things and different careers in the community because like we said before, they're girls now, but they'll be women someday and they'll be the people forging these bonds in the community and their Girl Scout experience can be the thing that led them there.
No, we love that. And thank you so much for sharing all of this
Yeah.
information to our viewers and to us as well. So thank you.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. It was great to talk to you.
Yeah. A big thank you to Karen and Mina and the Girl Scouts Western PA team for sharing their mission and impact in our region. To get involved or learn more, please visit gswpa.org. We'll see you next time on the Millcreek Government Channel.